first place, I'm the visitor of the Speaker. So when I come here, I land in the Speaker's office. That's the first thing. The second part of it is that we wanted to check as to has the meeting been scheduled, have all the processes being followed to ensure that this meeting does take place. Secondly, we wanted to check as to whether, because remember we have issued out a directive that this meeting should sit before the 12th of April. So we wanted to check whether the council acted in according to that. To that extent, we are satisfied that the Speaker has done everything else possible to ensure that this particular meeting does take place. That's number one. Number two, currently as matters stand, the issue is now in the hands of political parties. That's why these delays that are here, we are not impressed, we are not happy with the delays, because we understand that the council should have started at 10 o'clock. Thirdly, we're still insisting on our directive that this council must sit. We're still insisting, and we're hoping that at the end of the day that would prevail. So we're observing what's proceeding as matters stands. However, we're hopeful that our directive will be listened to, our directive will be accorded as such, and that this particular meeting would continue.
And if this meeting doesn't bear fruit, what will be the next step from your office?
Well, it depends on the circumstances around it. For instance, we have insisted on the fact that we don't want anything called postponement. Rather, let's have a failure to elect the executive mayor. In other words, council still has to convene, and engagements and discussions should take place, and whatever the circumstances that are there that could lead to the failure to elect. What we're not accepting is anything that is called a postponement. However, as I indicated before, we will follow the law to the letter. We not in a hurry for any other hastily decision. We still have 7 days to go. And then we can then exercise the options before us, and I've already clarified those options. From now on, if it doesn't work, there's 7 days. That meeting must definitely elect the executive mayor. If it doesn't elect the executive mayor, we can intervene and dissolve the municipality partly. In other words, bringing in the administrators who then will come in and ensure that in areas where they failed to exercise the executive authority, because that's what it means, inability to exercise the executive authority, will come in and do all of those kind of things. Or we can go to the extreme and say, let's dissolve this and call for fresh elections, go to communities and seek for a fresh mandate. Those will be the options that are left, because on the directives we would have done our part, and therefore, so the noose is tightening, and that's why we hope that parties will understand where we are.
Mzi, you spoke last week of a toss.